Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome back to another movie review. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Rambo Last Blood, and as usual I'm quickly gonna go through the story of this movie to tell you short what the movie is all about. Then I'm gonna share my own opinions and thoughts about this movie, so in case you didn't watch it, one big spoiler alert across the screen. And yeah, just click away from this video and come back after you watch a movie if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, it's totally okay. But if you really are interested in my opinions and thoughts about this movie right now, then stay with me till the end of this video and let's get started. Alright guys, so Rambo Last Blood, it's an action movie and it's sequel to Rambo 4, a popular Rambo franchise. I honestly didn't watch all of the Rambo movies. I watched first two and the fourth one, I think. Yeah, so this is a sequel to Rambo 4 when our main hero John Rambo, Vietnam veteran, comes back home from war, and he decides to live rest of his life on this little farm where he was born or whatever, you know. He decides to live peaceful life over there. And the Rambo Last Blood, or Rambo 5, whatever you want to call it, continues exactly where Rambo 4 finished, when he comes back home, and now he is living with his family over there, and he lives with his niece and her mother, and you know, he has these tunnels under the ground that he made, and you know, he's trying to relax. He has all of his guns down there and he's cleaning them, he's taking care of the horses, he is doing all of these things just to distract himself from the war and PTSD and all that stuff. You know, he's just trying to find peace in all of that. Then suddenly one day his niece comes to him and tells that she wants to go and find her father in the Mexico, and that she wants to get the answer why he left her and mother when they were young. And then Rambo tells her not to do that, that he's a piece of shit, you know, and just bad person who doesn't care about her or her mother or whatever. And he explains here that Mexico is a very dangerous place. There is a lot of these drug cartels and narcos and criminals and all that kind of stuff, and that she should not be going there on her own. Unfortunately, she doesn't listen. She goes, she looks for her father, and that's where she meets with her friend. And then later that friend betrays her. She sells her to these criminals, into hookers, unfortunately. And as soon as Rambo realizes what is going on, he goes there. He finds these criminals in the center of that narco cartel, and he asks them to bring the girl back, to let her go. They beat him up, and then after that he just gets really pissed. He gets rescued by one woman, and she also helps him a little bit to understand more about these guys. And then he brings the girl back. Unfortunately, on the way back, when he rescues her, she dies. They overdose her, and she dies, unfortunately. And he gets really angry and furious, just pure rage, just getting out of him. And he decides that he wants to kill these guys, he wants to get a revenge. And that's pretty much the entire story of this movie. So this is officially the first Rambo movie that is not set in a war or whatever. Usually all of the Rambo movies are set in war zones, and they show Rambo as a hero who just goes and shoots the shit out of everyone. This movie feels much more like a vigilante movie to me, and honestly, this was the most fun Rambo movie I ever watched. I kinda always wanted to see Rambo more like a Punisher, and that's exactly how this movie felt. It was more of a vigilante movie, and movie about a guy seeking revenge and releasing all of his fury and hate upon these bad guys. What I disliked about this movie is lack of action. I expected that after her death he's personally gonna go there to Mexico armed to teeth and just blast the shit out of everyone. Instead of that, he goes back, he kills one of the most important guys in narco cartel, and he leaves the address and message where these guys can find him, and that's actually where most of the action in this movie takes place, when these guys come to his terrain and try to kill him. But what they didn't know is that all that was a trap. Of course, he gets prepared. He rigs those tunnels with traps and bombs and all that kind of stuff. He's now really mad, and that part of the movie was a lot of fun. It was very brutal. Rambo kills them many brutal ways. He uses many different tools and weapons to kill these guys, and he's just killing them one by one, and it's so much fun. Even though that action scene is maybe about 10 to 15 minutes long, it's still kind of a movie with big lack of action, and that's the main issue I really had with this movie. You know, I liked the concept and everything. I really liked that they decided to do this movie more like a vigilante movie instead of a guy who just goes to war and shoots everyone up. I like the concept, but it needed definitely more action. I expected definitely more action. The moment when that girl dies was really emotional, and I felt it. Sylvester Stallone is very old now. He's almost like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I do understand that the Rambo franchise is something that was originally made back in the 80s, and why is it so popular, and why they decided to do another movie. And this was the final movie. I mean, it's called Last Blood, so I expect that this is the last Rambo movie, and honestly it did felt like a finale, like last action from Sylvester Stallone, at least in Rambo series. All of that was good. Movie was quite enjoyable. If you're a fan of like vigilante stuff and vigilante movies, if you want to see some brutality, this movie will offer you all of that, and nothing is censored, which is amazing in my opinion. It really feels like a man movie, but the main issue is that lack of action, and just because of that, I just kinda didn't feel this movie was what it was supposed to be. I think that this movie with more action could have been much better, and if they changed the story a little bit, if they maybe decided to put like Rambo in situation where he goes over there and kills them, instead of that they made him send them a message so they come after him on his terrain when he prepared all of these traps and everything. I don't know, I just kind of feel that the other way, the way where he goes over there and kills them could have been much better, and it would feel better in my opinion. But altogether, I don't know. This was a fun movie to watch. I guess it's fun action movie, and again, it really looked like a Punisher for a moment. It reminded me a lot about Punisher in some moments, and it has that Punisher vibes kinda in this movie. But I don't know, I think it could have been much better, but it's also not a bad movie to watch. If you're a fan of Rambo, if you watched all the previous Rambo movies, yeah, you should totally go and check this movie out. I think you're gonna like it. I like it as well, but again, it could have been much better with more action and some changes in cinematography and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it what I wanted to say about this movie. So if you enjoyed this movie review, then go ahead and leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, it's totally okay. Also, you can join my Chris Facebook group. I post all kind of stuff over there. Link is down below in the description, together with my ads.fm, where you can leave any questions. If you have any questions, I'll answer to them as soon as I see them. And yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of your support. You're amazing. I love you, and I'll definitely see you in the next videos. Chris out.